The year is 1888, and we find ourselves in the far-flung corner of the United States, called the Pacific Northwest, in the two small towns of Seattle and Ballard. Under rainy gray skies and among the giant old-growth pine forests, there are secrets hiding, invisible to most people, except for those with the second sight. Join us for a new actual play podcast called Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. My name is Brian Kershaw, and I'll be your host and game master for this trip into a supernatural Seattle, where my friends and I will be playing a role-playing game called Vossen. Our show is a mix of comedy and horror, and we would love for you to join us. You can find episodes at spiritsandmonsters.com, or follow and subscribe for new episodes every other Wednesday on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We can't wait for you to join us.
Lords of Sin is a dark and brutal Dungeons & Dragons narrative play intended for adults and adults only. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions. Rise up, sinners. Lords of Sin is back.
So? Are we still negotiating, or can I go back to having my fun?
Kalista's standing by where she had opened the cupboard, and she's looking through the different tools that are held in there.
Flogger, cat o' nine tails, ball gag, plugs, strap-ons, all different varieties of things in here. As she stands up, she actually puts a hand on your cheek, Korrin, and gives it a little pat.
Good girl. You gave him exactly what he wanted. Speaking of what they want...
And she looks at you again, Kalista.
Would it make your choice any easier if I were to tell you? Oh, if you gave me your sister... She wants it, Kalista. You have seen what she has shown you. I have seen the parts of her soul. She's never dared divulge to her darling sister. So many desires that I can allow her to fulfill. You'd be giving her what she wanted. They all want it.
Kalista is going to take the 9 tails. And she's not looking at Glasia. She's not looking at Korrin or the corpse or Lorwryn. She is elsewhere in her thoughts. Everyone has desires. Everyone has wants and needs and all of those lovely things you promise. But we are strong in our resistance of those things. And she is strong because she has chosen her purity, her faith, over those things.
Did she? Did she choose that, Kalista? Or didn't you remove the memory of my presence from her? I think you removed her ability to make that choice. But I'm the devil.
She's going to use the whip and flick it behind her so she lashes herself once before pulling it back again. Perhaps you have a point there.
Oh, if you're going to continue the self-flagellation, we can prolong these negotiations as long as you like.
Being with you is like that.
You're too sweet.
I know. I always was.
Or perhaps you see what you want to see when you look within people. You don't know my sister.
Of course I don't. Do you? How long was it that you had dwellings in that little tower of yours before your sister even set foot in them? But tell me what I don't know of the person whose mind, body, and soul I inhabited. Regardless, I feel like this is a fruitless path for us to go down if we are going to remove the option of your darling sister. That leaves 3, unless you all have a counter proposal for me.
Tell me more about Mephisto.
You met Balsable, yes?
Barbie sauce? Yeah.
Yeah, we killed him.
Well, you dispatched with his avatar, nuance. Balsable thinks himself clever. Mephistopheles is clever. During the Reckoning, Mephistopheles led one of the factions that sought to prevent Asmodeus from being leader of the Hells of Beator. After the Reckoning was dealt with, Father allowed Mephisto to maintain his control of the 8th Circle. That was both a pacifying technique and a method for my father to keep Mephisto where he could watch him. And Mephisto has never, ever let go of his true ambitions. And so I'm sure that Daddy would not like to see his chief rival in the Hells come out victorious, even more than he would hate to see me, in his words, humiliated.
It's because he's the quickest and easiest way to dethrone your father. Still, to this day.
Some would say yes.
But who else would be there to dethrone if, say, you were defeated, Mephisto defeated, the Vistus, which, girlfriend, fine, we can fuck him up, I don't care, he was an asshole. Who else would be there to try to take over?
I'm not sure I understand your question. You are aware that we are not physically here, and so your little sparring matches that you've had with Zariel and Balsable were with their aspects, and they still remain quite safe within their circles.
Are they, though? You were not always the inhabitant of your hell. You took it. Safety is a fleeting thought. You know this.
Oh, don't misunderstand. I am in no way implying that the leaders of the Circles of Hell are permanently in their stations. I'm simply reflecting that what happens here has little impact on that.
For you all, yes. For the people who you are taking their freedoms, it's their livelihood, it's everything. That is why they fight so hard.
Noted.
You and I have lived thousands of years on different planes, watching this. And I know you're just having fun. But I think that your father worries about something else that could be happening. Do you think the saloon and All of them are just sitting by letting you come to this planet without having a plan?
She leans back in her chair, and even though you're inside, does a look as if looking up to the skies, the heavens, and does a gesture with both hands.
So far, yes. You think that they care what happens to you all?
I know mine cares what happens to me. I can't speak for the rest of them. She would have been a good mother to you, too. She actually liked you. She liked how you took over your circle of hell.
Can't blame her for recognizing talent where she sees it. So, you asked about Mephistopheles. That is what I can, in a brief, tell you of him.
This using one of us as a vessel.
Yes?
Would it be just for the moment of humiliation or longer?
Well, the moment is the only part that I have interest in, but unfortunately, one of the consequences of your delicate forms, once you've become a vessel of a devil, let alone one such as me, truly become a willing vessel, you're mine.
So we lose that person?
Small price to pay, wouldn't you say?
Not for that.
Your choice.
So if my sister became your vessel, she would lose herself as well.
Of course. Well, as much as I wanted her to lose, I would want certain parts of her to remain. Makes it more fun.
I do have a fifth option.
Oh, goody.
The option Shin really does not wish for us to do.
I like the sound of it already.
You won't. I get what I want. I get to carve my pound of flesh that I am owed from you with my own hands. As we destroy you, as we did Beelzebul, as we did in High Gale to your darling sister, and we send you back where you came from.
I assumed that was the option that we were negotiating to attempt to avoid. But
We are.
do you mind? Do you mind if I ask? Oh, I should have asked this when the rest of you were here. You all have asked me a few questions. Would you do me the courtesy of asking you one of my own? You seem so dead set on removing me from this world. I understand the lapdog's motivation. He's doing what he's told by his master. But why the rest of you? Why do you wish to sever my connection to this world?
That is where you are wrong. You assume. You don't sever the connection to the world. People will still lust. People will still love. People will still do freaky things with butter knives. That's what's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, daughter of love. You know much from your time in the demon web pits, and yet still so ignorant. Have you not noticed a difference in people since you have dispatched the avatars of Zariel and Beelzebul?
Yes.
What do you think will happen when you have rid this world of all of us? What do you think you will leave behind?
People with freedom of choice.
Oh,
They will still make their choices. We know this. We've been watching them forever. And she looks over at Kalista. There is one that is in Balzabul's circle. A pure soul. One taken from us. I know you love Ballsy. He's your favorite.
As charming as he is beautiful.
Yeah,
yeah.
but he has something of mine that I would like back. And your father...
You're already asking for something else when you haven't even successfully negotiated your first ask.
Your father has promised a little something to us, if that is the case. You asked what we wanted out of it beyond the lapdog. These are the terms. This is what I care about.
Does it make any difference to you, as you so desperately, for one reason or another, no longer wish me to be here, that those who are under those with whom I have been having such a delightful time since I've come to this world are very willing, and you would be depriving them of that?
Since I've walked into your little world here, I have watched people do things that they were not so willing to do.
How do you know?
The aftermath, the fallout, watching her sob over that man's body as she took his life. That does not seem like somebody who was willing to draw blood. That seems like regret. And perhaps during the act, it is so much fun. And she's going to whip herself again. But it's the aftermath that is the issue. It is the scar you leave when you walk away. The hangover, the regret, the anguish, the guilt. That is the issue with you.
How delicious were their screams when you heard them? My three sisters. Was it music to your ears?
That would imply that I was paying attention, Lorwryn. You, all of you, hold yourselves in far too high a regard. You think the gods care about you and your planet. You think I gave you a passing thought after the last time I saw you. He thinks Asmodeus cares whether he says it or not. You all think you're so much more than you are. Oh.
No, we just try to be what we are.
As do I. As do I.
And we cut to outside of this room to Kaldian, Zhou, and Val. The tavern out here, or the brothel, pretty rowdy. Like I described last time, there are individuals in numerous states of dress and numerous different types of activities. There are a number of people in here who are downright filthy. And I mean that not in a, nasty, I mean, covered, mud and just have not bathed, clearly. And as you can see, because Kalista used prestidigitation to clean the blood in the room, but after getting outside of the room, the blood trail resumes. and you can see that Maz's body was just dragged through the common room. And it doesn't seem to have stopped the parties.
Cal would have made sure that Cure Wounds was cast before permadeath.
So because you had Spare the Dying, as you walk over, as you like catch up and just cast Cure Wounds, you hear Maz just...
Fuck, that felt good.
You see Zhou, as like Kaldian kind of like gets his footing and kind of gets away from Zhao's hands. Zhou like lets his hand flow to Maz, and he lays hands on Maz as he's passing by, just to lays hands. And I rolled it, a strength check of 20, I think it was 26, and I throw Val at the nearest pile of just writhing orgy bodies. And I was like, what the fuck is your problem?
You're gonna try and get in here. Get out of the way.
Can I roll for how I land?
Sure, make me a dex save.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I did acrobatics, but I could do
That works too.
What is it? 22.
I think you probably land on your feet.
She's gonna pull her blades out and start going attack to attack Shin.
Now, the party in here does kind of stop. 2 unsheathing blades, and when I say the party stops, I mean the noise stops. A lot of stuff still keeps happening, but they are watching this go on while still fornicating.
Come on, Shin. This is what you want. You said you wanted to be fucked. You said you've been wanting it all night. Come on.
Holy shit.
This is what you wanted all night.
Bring it, spooky bitch. And he just stands there staring at you.
Glazia was right. It's not very fun when you want it too much, is it?
Oh, that's just because you're a coward.
You want to sit and watch, Shin? Because that seems what you are, a watcher.
Oh, you're a virgin. Fucking virgin. Virgin.
Your words don't hurt me, Shin, because I don't care about what you say.
What was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you over your virgin.
Yeah.
What's your fucking problem with me? What's your fucking problem at all? Ever since
With
I
you?
came back. Yeah.
Because you're not the man I knew.
How so, exactly? Because you've known several versions of me. How is this any different than the first version you met of me?
Because the Shin I knew cared about one single person as much as he cared about 1,000.
Oh, you don't think I didn't care about those people in the fucking room? If that's what you think, Val, or Valkerie, is that what you fucking think?
Yeah, I think you don't care.
I was in there trying to spare as many lives as I fucking could, but your dumbass got in my way, and so did Kalista's.
I think you just want to do whatever Asmodeus says for you to do. I think you played his little dog for 1,000 years, and now it's all you know. You're like an Ouroboros, you're just eating yourself.
You listen here, and you listen good. In the hells, there is only one thing that is undeniably true. It is actions. And you have been nothing but a judgment upon me since I came back. You judge the color of my skin as it is gray. You have judged the horn. You judged the artifact. You judge everything but my actions. What have I done against you, Valkerie?
The older woman who greeted a few of you when you came in through the front door, those of you who came in through the front door, Ailey, she walks back in the room. What's going on here? Oh, I know, know that. We're to have a good time, leave the outside world behind. Hey, next round of drinks is on the house for everyone. Let's get the party going again. And there is the sound of as drinks start getting poured and people leave the two of you still swords drawn, but go back to their activities.
Zhao's gonna feel a hand on his shoulder from behind him. Zhao, if it is action that we want. It is not against each other. Stow the blade. Thank you.
Call me a dog again, Valkerie. And I care not what history we have. I will cut you down where you stand. I have neither raised my hand against you nor worked against your interests. You would be wise to see that.
After he sheaths his sword, she will sheath both of hers. I remember when you cared if I killed one soul, when I killed Kalista's bird.
I remember when you didn't give a shit on who you killed. People change, Valkerie. But my core tenets have stayed the same. And I have told you, I have showed you, but it is not enough because you can't seem to get past how I look. Or the fact that I'm willing to fuck a few randoms. And it's honestly more of a fucking reflection on you than it is on me. But if you ever dare to accuse me of being a dog of Asmodeus again, I will draw this blade and take your life.
Well, I know how to get you to do it now.
Oh, shut it, you emo bitch. And he walks away and leaves you with Kaldian. You take care of your girlfriend before I fucking kill her. And just walks towards an orgy and just dives in. Fucking just
belly flops
just on top of him. Probably injures somebody, breaks somebody's spine because he's twice the size of all of them there.
Yeah, there is a light crunching sound, and just one person.
On my finger. Hey, can't get another drink.
As he goes to deaden the pain with some liquor so he can keep going. Val, Kaldian. Zhou walks off and joins one of the many groups here.
You good?
No, but I'm not going to be because every time I look at Zhou, I realize Shin is dead. I'm just waiting for him to realize that too.
Maybe there are some ways we can remind him of who he used to be. But tell me, did he ever love stupid plans?
Yeah, he did. This is just like the plan to save the Valahim.
Well, I don't want to say he's rubbing off on me, but I think I have a stupid plan.
What?
Do you think Zhou can get Glazia to say where she is in this moment?
I don't know. She seemed like you. She was more interested in you than Shin or Zhou. I think she wants to taint someone who's more pure of heart.
Perhaps Kalista's sister could be the bait. Do you think you could get him ready in about 2 minutes?
Zhou?
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry. This is gonna have to happen fast. If you can get him ready, just be ready. And he's gonna just grab the side of her shoulder and like a light squeeze. I'm sorry. And then he's gonna run back towards the door where Glazia and the other three are, and he's gonna knock on the door.
She has a look of bewilderment on her face, by the way. She's like, what?
Beautiful. Val, would you go get Zhou?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk into that orgy. Well, I'm fully clothed walking into an orgy, I should say. I look really weird.
I mean, there are a lot of, for what it's worth, there are a lot of fully clothed people standing right next to this group.
Hey, that is a kink. You know, clothes, it's a thing.
We
are going to return back inside the negotiation room, as we'll call it for now. There is a moment as you all are talking where the noise from outside the door falls very quiet. And Glazia just tilts her head, cocking her head a little unnaturally, and looks towards the door. And she gives a smile.
Puppy's got teeth.
And he likes to make a scene.
Always.
That at least I can respect.
So, she sits back down, leaning back, and gestures for anyone who would like to take a seat to do so as well.
Kalista is going to sit, but she's going to sit right next to Glacio. Close enough to touch, but not touching.
Lorwryn is going to give Kalista a look from behind Glazia's shoulder. It's a look of both acknowledgement and desperation. And telepathically, she will tell Kalista, I have one last idea, but you're not going to like it.
So do I. What is yours?
Oh, how about I just step out of the room while you two converse? That way we don't have to go through this little dog and pony show.
And she stands up and just
Don't.
walks.
Yeah, she puts her hand on her shoulder and keeps her in the chair.
We will talk out loud then, if you were upset by our secrets. But please do not leave.
Not at all. Very well.
Returns to her seat.
Lorwryn?
She just kind of gives you a very knowing look, considering what we've all been talking about. It's a look you've seen a few times from her, even in the few days that you guys have been together with it. It's an uneasy look.
Kallista's going to nod once.
I want to use the monologue token to know if Lorwryn does self-sacrifice, would Kalista actually be upset?
The monologue token, a reminder. This is not knowledge that the PCs would have. This is out of character knowledge. And it's up to you, Kalista, whether you want to answer that question specifically or simply say what is currently on Kallista's mind. Because the monologue token doesn't, it's not usually asking a pointed question, but since one was posed, if you want to answer that one, you can, or you can provide alternate information, Kalista.
Not going to answer the question. But I will explain how she's feeling currently. There are a million thoughts going through her mind right now, and they are all of Seren. Every single one looked from a different lens, as if seeing the parts of Seren that have been hidden away all these years. The choices that Kalista has made for Seren all her life. In protecting her. In keeping her behind her. In holding her back from perhaps a life of sin that she may have wanted. And she's realizing more and more how foreign her sister really is to her. And she knows that there is a simple answer to this. That there is a solution that protects the most people. Protects the people that she... protects the people from themselves that she wishes to protect. Like Lorwryn. And Zhou. He's in there. And she is going through those thoughts. Thousands of them. before she turns to Glasio and places a hand on her knee.
Turns to look at you, smiles at you. As she smiles at you, this room is illuminated with soft candlelight. You don't want light too bright in a room designed for something like this. And as you look at her shadow, it looks like the shadow of this elven woman, but there is a faint shadow of a pair of large wings.
I have a single question to ask you. A request, really. If I were to consider option 4.
Yes?
If I were to consider my sister, I make a single request.
Name it.
That I be present when you meet her as yourself and ask for her consent.
Could you make me a persuasion check, please? Gotta have at least one here in a negotiation, right?
What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna fucking mute myself.
A 12, so that would be an 18.
Well, I see no problem with the idea. After all, I already know she's willing. But on the off chance that she isn't, that would mean that I am providing you something with no guarantee of getting anything in return. What should happen should your sister decline?
You can have me.
The handsome boy is back. Come in.
Slowly pushes open the door.
We were just concluding our negotiations.
And have you agreed upon something?
We have.
Have we?
We have not sealed the agreement as of yet, but the groundwork has been laid. Speaking of being laid, how are you, handsome man?
I am doing quite well, all things considered.
You could be doing much better right now.
I'm sure I could.
What do you say?
And she leans back, and this elf was barely wearing anything in general. She leans back and spreads her legs wide as she is sitting.
Also, Kalista's hand is still on her thigh.
Yep.
As I said before, I prefer the real thing, not this puppet. What decision has been made?
Well, I believe that your friend here was in the process of offering me her sister's soul. And should it not be that, her own?
Is this true?
Very noble. Wouldn't you agree?
Extremely. Kalista, is this, in fact, the accord?
It is. Yes. With a few adjustments, but yes.
And the crown is accepting. Where do we bring Saren of the Moon Maiden?
We have no need to be bringing her anywhere. This agreement so far has been entirely between me and Kalista. I see no need for any of the rest of you to bother. So to seal our deal then, Kalista, your sister, Saren, and you will travel to the island of Asami where I am. You shouldn't have any problem finding me. Bring her to me. Give her to me. And I am provided with far more fun than I ever could get here.
You see,
Is there a clause I forgot?
to travel I need a crew. I cannot man my airship myself, so I will be taking my friends with me. They can stay in the boat, of course.
Then I expect them to remain far away from this proceeding. You say you need them to travel there, then travel there. Leave them on the ship. You and your sister come to me. I get your sister's soul should she consent, and should she not consent, yours is mine with no further negotiations occurring in that moment, since our negotiations will have concluded here. Should any of the terms of this agreement be violated, then the entire agreement is null and void.
Understood.
Do we have an agreement?
One condition. The one we spoke about before. Have him at the exchange.
Make me a persuasion check, please.
2.
I cannot promise that. What I can promise is I will see what I can do. But that condition is external to our other contract, since, as I have already made clear, I cannot guarantee it. Are these terms acceptable?
And the shadow behind her grows longer, even though the lighting in here doesn't change, and those faint wings are now very, very present in her shadow.
Yes. Those terms are acceptable.
20 lashes to seal the deal.
Your hand or mine?
Yours, of course.
She will stand and turn to face Glazio.
As you turn to face her, she walks right up to you and she cradles your chin in her hands and makes you look at her the whole time.
She will not take her eyes off of Glazio, but she will very slowly, maintaining perfect eye contact, lower herself to her knees. Or proceeding.
Kaldian, you told Val to be ready with Zhou. You didn't tell her specifically to immediately bring him in, did you?
No.
Okay. So in that case, as this is happening really quickly, we cut out to Val and Zhou. You have just walked over to the small orgy pile.
She's gonna go up to Zhou. I assume he's gonna be turned away from her, like he's not expecting her to be there. And she's going to tap him on the shoulder.
Sorry, everybody, for what's about to happen.
It is becoming a very common refrain in this game from a lot of people.
Yeah. He doesn't even look at you. What do you want?
We have to go back in there. You're needed, Zhou. We do need you here.
He stands at his full height, towering a whole 2 feet over you. That's the problem with you and your kind. So unwilling to change, unwilling to see people as they are, unwilling to accept that people become different over time, but only really want them when they're useful. I am only my utility to you. Why should I help those who hold me in such high contempt? So far, the only ones who are willing to treat me with any monicum of respect are the demons and devils themselves. Why should I, daughter of the night, do anything you or that religious fanatic say to me?
Because there are other people you care about.
The people I care about are the ones holding me in contempt. So there is no one I care about.
Then it seems like the devils got exactly what they wanted.
Yeah. And you handed it to them. Because of your prejudice.
You keep saying that, Zhou. I don't know you. And I'll accept that you're not
And you
the
haven't even
person I
tried to know me.
It's been a couple hours. Sorry.
It's been 1,000 years for me. Boo-hoo.
Listen, Zhou. We don't have to be best friends. I'm not saying that we do. Okay? I'm just saying that you are still needed here. To defeat the devils, you are still needed.
Too bad. I only give a shit if I'm needed by those I care about. And care about me. And he walks out the door. He shoulder checks you, Val, on his way out.
Just a blast of cold mountain wind as Zhou, nearly steaming, both figuratively and literally, steps out into the cold mountain night.
Val does not follow. She just lets him go.
Would you, Val, then head back into the room? Or would you stay in the common area?
I would head back into the room. She's going to go back into the room.
As you head back and you are about to open the door, you hear a staccato, repeated slapping noise. And when you open the door, you see, back-bared and with a bloody back, Kalista flagellating herself.
Cal's just going to walk in very quietly while this is happening.
As you count 19, and then blessedly get to 20, with your chin still in her hand, Glazia leans down and kisses you on your right cheekbone. And when she pulls away, there is a burn of a pair of lips on your cheekbone.
Deal. Well, I look forward to seeing all of you in Vasami. Please bring your finest clothes or lack thereof, especially you, handsome man. The party's open to, well, you two, Kalista and your sister, but the rest of you will need to entertain yourselves on board the ship. Until I see you then.
She helps lift you from your kneeling position, Kalista. Kisses your fingertips. And the elven woman standing in front of you blinks several times. Oh, I'm sorry. Were we in the middle of something? I must have had too much to drink. I'm so sorry. What were we doing? Oh, and she sees the cat of nine tails in your hand, and she takes it from you and begins to walk around behind you.
Nope, stop. Just
Korrin will grab
sorry.
her arm and just lift her.
Oh, all right. Let me know if you need anything else. I'm gonna go find some clients who want to actually do something.
Some not vanilla bitches, God.
Yeah, for real.
Kalista is going to dig into her bag of holding and pull out a new silk robe of emerald green and white trim, and she's going to pull it on.
That hurts so bad, Kalista, as you put this clinging material onto your open wounds on your back, and it sticks to your back and gets soaked through with red.
She will tie it, and she will leave the room and leave the brothel without looking up from the floorboards, without looking at any of her friends, without saying a single word. Only really breathing the second she steps outside.
Lorwryn, what the hell was that? Was that the only plan? Was that the only option we had?
It was the best of the options at the moment. There is a lot afoot. Best to be alive as best you can and be ready for what comes next. And she's going to look worried at Korrin. In that motherly kind of worry, too. That only Korrin might know.
You gotta figure out a way to break that deal.
Deals with devils are not easily broken.
So we break the devil before the deal is made.
Boom.
Would you like to go to hell? Because that's how you do it.
Korrin's fucking skin just kind of glows. Wouldn't be the first time.
Lorwryn, one thing you would know better than anyone having this conversation, and Zhou touched on it this morning on the ship. The idea of these people going to one of the 9 hells and attempting to actually kill one of these devils is madness. They are beyond anything they could probably reckon. That doesn't mean that it's not something worth trying. Sometimes hopeless things are the things worth trying most. But as you hear this suggestion and you ask this question, I just think you get filled with the awareness that they still don't fully quite grasp what they're dealing with in terms of its magnitude.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of sit for a second with what Lorwryn said, not fully understanding the magnitude, but it's starting to sink in. He thought they still had a chance. And he's going to kind of shake the thought out of his head and look at Val. Were you able to get Zhou ready? Is he just outside?
No. I don't know if Zhou is even going to be... I don't know where he is. He just left. I think he's done with me, and he's done with trying to please everyone.
Do you know which way he went?
No, I didn't follow him. Figured he would just run away from me. Just out of spite.
I wouldn't put that past him. He's a little bit prickly. Let me go see if I can find him. Cal's gonna leave and go outside of the building and try to track him down.
And I have a moment before he follows Kalista.
Yes, absolutely. You stepped out first.
Kalista's going to step out, take a breath, and then she's going to look up. She has been here before, and she has been here with Shin before. And she's going to look to the highest point of the city, a bell tower.
In that bell tower, you see a faint glow.
And she will cast Fly on herself. And she will make her way to the bell tower, towards that glow. You seem stressed, darling.
Shin tilts his head towards Kalista, and you see molten tears streaming down his face. What a fitting hell that my first love would descend upon my place of solitude. To what? Chastise me again?
No. She's gonna come close to him and gently wipe the molten tears from his cheeks.
They burn.
She doesn't stop. Zhou.
I fought.
I'm so sorry.
I fought. I fought for 1,000 years to get back to you all. And I changed, I know. I mastered hatred to get back to you all. To be met with contempt and judgment. What did I survive for? What did I endure for?
The same thing we are all fighting for now. Perhaps Korrin was right, and after everything is gone, all that remains is hope.
That's where you don't understand, Kalista.
Then help me understand.
You, Val, were my hope. And you see Shin, the broken failure of a monk. A little boy who wanted the world to be better.
Hey. Shin. I see you for who you were, who you are, and who you can be. I'm so sorry for pushing you away, for not listening to you when your words screamed for me. But I will not do that again, because you are right. You were right about all of this. About this world. About the upset balance.
You see the faintest glimmer of silver where his eyes used to be. Like they still might exist. And he, with gentleness you couldn't expect someone that looks like him. Calluses and scars upon the palms of his hands. Burns and cuts. You feel his thumb go across the scars of the lips.
Is it Jaeger's hand?
It is. It actually, because he was right-handed, and if it's on the right side, then it would be Jaeger's hand. I tried so desperately to spare you this.
I know. But this is a choice I have made. Perhaps out of fear.
No. And he looks so deeply into your eyes, Kalista. What a lonely love you are. I gave my eyes for you, Kalista.
And I gave my heart for you.
2 molten tears stream down his face. I swear upon the clan that I was born, upon the blood of my ancestors, upon the sword which I wield, I will fight for your interests, regardless of what those around us may say.
You will be my soldier.
I will be your second soldier, for Jaeger was your first.
Well then.
And you'll see he raises his hand, unbuckles part of his chest plate, places his hand, and fire burns in his hand. And when he raises it back up, the bird, a small bird that signifies Jaeger, is burned into his chest.
He's going to take his hand, kiss the knuckles, and when she pulls back, a ring sits in the center of his palm.
Places it on his finger. It reshapes to his large hand. Actually, I guess it would be smaller than Jaeger, so it shrinks down to his fingers. And he will share damage with Kalista.
As it shrinks to your size, you hear the sound of the tavern grow a little bit louder and the sound of a door shutting. And you see Kaldian walking outside. Cal, what's your passive perception?
21.
Yeah, you see Shin and Kalista on a nearby small, nothing compared to Queen's Gate, certainly not compared to Highgale, a humble town bell tower here.
He'll see them both up there, and his vision blurs slightly and focuses on what's behind them. Is it nighttime right now?
Yes.
And behind them in the bell tower, he can see distant specks of light that, after a second, look almost like a scale balancing itself. And he'll stop and watch for a second before turning around and going back inside.
The rest of you who were inside saw Kaldian walk out, and about 60 seconds later, walk back in.
Get the clothes back on.
Yeah, I guess Lorwryn will transmog her quote-unquote outfit that she was wearing.
Okay. Val, would you be in here as well?
Yeah, I didn't follow Kaldian, so.
Okay. So then, Cal, you all don't see that, but about 60 seconds later, Kaldian walks inside. Do you return to everyone else, or would you stay in the common area?
He'll lean up against the door going into the room that those three are in, but he won't enter it. He'll just kind of lean against it and observe.
Were you trying to vie for Jaeger's soul as well?
Yes. Why wouldn't I? He doesn't deserve to be done there.
You're right, he doesn't. He doesn't.
We all lived so many lives. There is so little of time on his soul. The child needs to return to his mother.
When that is said to Korrin, she will grimace, but agree. You're right. You're right. This world, Jaeger was too pure for this world. I'd want the boy to be able to at least enjoy a fruitful life. And hopefully when we finish this, it'll be at least a better place. that he wouldn't have to be a soldier or a tool. He can just live his life out as Jaeger. Experience life.
All soldiers must retire sometime, right?
She laughs. She chuckles at that. You're right. You could try.
Lorwryn smiles along with her. Yeah.
You try, but there is life after the sword, after the shield. You can find peace.
As they're talking about this, I kind of let them talk amongst. If you looked over, you would see that Val's eyes look almost glassy. And then she just kind of whispers underneath her breath, "Have they made him the sword of hell?" She just kind of whispers that to herself almost.
Val?
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have dreams of what you would do after you finish with the clawbound?
Finish with the clawbound. I don't know if there's a finishing. You die, or you get too old and then you become a teacher there. Or the commander. It's a lifelong commitment.
But you have eternal life. Surely there's time for you as well.
Sometimes I don't return as fast as I could from a job, and I stay at a tavern for a night or two. It's a little staycation. I take staycations.
You're a good person, Val. I want you to know that.
Thank you, Korrin. That means a lot coming from you.
Spooky Spider Lady, you're good people too.
Thank you, Korrin.
Now we gotta figure out how to get to the island of Asami and rescue 2 twins of some sort. Fuck!
Go get the ship ready. I'll be along in just a second.
Do we want the ship? As Cal kind of leans in. We could be there much faster.
No. Take our time. I could get us there just as quickly. But it's not worth it.
Very well. I'll head back to the ship if anyone wishes to join.
Where's Zhou?
He is having a moment.
In the pile?
No. Outside, there's a small bell tower.
Fucking in a bell tower now?
Gives ring my bell a whole different meaning. And speaking of, let's cut out there really quick. Zhou.
Kalista. There's something I have to tell you.
I'm listening.
I know where he is.
Jaeger.
And I know how to find him.
Can we get him back?
Yes. But one path is difficult. And one is easier. One is more guaranteed. The other has great risk. Why do you think I took this glove? In those worlds, in Balzabul's realm, you need a compass. It sits out of time more than some of the others. He likes it that way. So it's hard to say how long I was down there. But it was an affair when Jaeger arrived. And last I knew, Jaeger was unbroken. His will was surprisingly stronger than mine. But it is not forever.
Where does this sit on our list of priorities?
If I could have gotten the daughter of Hell back to Hell, I could have gotten Jaeger then. That was the deal that I struck. And he shows his cheek, and there is a scar down it, a burn, much more violent, like he was struck.
Are you not going to ask the deal I made?
I know what it was. I can smell it. Deals have a scent.
Then you know you get your way. She will return.
No, I don't.
What do you mean?
She will return, yes. But then there will just be another soul we have to save. That is not the outcome I wanted.
No. She's being given the choice. My sister. And if she makes that choice, there is no soul to save.
Fair enough. There's just one caveat.
And what is that?
It won't be whole. He's been down there longer than me, and look how I came back. His will is strong and most likely it will mostly be intact, but there will be pieces. Broken. Missing. And that's why we need this.
As Zhou holds up his hand showing Jaegers on his.
Most likely we'll have to find them.
Then we will find them. And I will knit them back together myself. But we will come to that when we come to that.
One last thing. And he reaches into his bag of holding, and he pulls out a sliver, golden and silver. I have one. And places it gently in her hand, and it feels almost like a breeze, or less than a feather. I had to bleed for that.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. And for the deal you struck.
You should go. Your wife is most likely waiting.
So as we see the two of you slowly descend from this humble bell tower in the town of Makeshift, we see the door to the Cat and Chicken open, and stepping out, Kaldian, Korrin, and Val, with Lorwryn lingering inside a little bit longer. Lorwryn, you hung back inside a little bit, while Val, Korrin, Kalista, and Zhou are now all outside. You remain in this room where, even though Kalista cleaned the blood, she didn't clean the memory of what just happened. Kalista didn't prestidigitate away her own blood. So there is a spray and pool of blood from where Kalista was kneeling, the Cat of Nine Tails bloody beside it.
She'll go over and she'll use one of her spells to just shut the door. And she will pick up the instrument and just kind of roll it over in her fingers for a little bit. Maybe even getting a little bit of blood on her hands and things like that. Just kind of feeling it. Still hot at this point with some of the blood that's on there. And she's going to cast telepathy. And she's going to reach out to Glazia since there's no one else around that she could inhabit. She's going to try to open a dialogue directly to her.
Telepathy requires the target to be willing. And you feel the spell connect.
That was a very good performance you put on back there.
Performance? I was approached to make a deal. I simply made one.
I meant between us.
Oh, you are still on this. You've never been tossed aside before, have you? Get used to it.
I am used to it. My entire life, love has only shown me pain. I was tossed aside by my family. I was tossed aside by Lolth herself. I was tossed aside by you. Every time I try to put faith in something, it leaves me.
When she responds, her voice is softer.
We had fun. But it was never going to last. You know that I do much of what I do simply because it annoys my father. And what better to annoy him than a daughter of Lolth fucking his own little girl? But we did still have fun. And yes, I was stretching the truth when I said I didn't remember you, though I was being honest when I said I forgot your name.
I still have the wedding dress. It's still hanging in my house.
Well, if you still have it with you, maybe after our deal has concluded, we may not have sealed the deal, but we can still consummate the affair. Offer's always open for that.
And she'll smile a little bit. You know them as good as anybody who that dress is now for.
You know that her affections do not lie exclusively with you, don't you? He may be a lapdog of my father, but he still wants her, and she certainly still wants him. And I am not telling you this, Lorwryn, out of any desire to cause you pain. I tell you to spare you that pain, so that you can prepare for when you're tossed aside again.
She'll sit on the bed with a little bit of a tear kind of getting into her eyes. You are only telling the truth, which is ironic for a devil.
Oh, come on, Lorwryn. You, demon spawn, going to talk to a devil of honesty and keeping our word? We are many things. Liars? Sometimes. But I try not to make it a habit.
That is fair. Perhaps it is my lot in life to never be chosen. Perhaps it is my means as a conduit to make sure that everyone else around me is happy. I am a pawn of my own making. Just like you report to your father, I report to Lolth. This is a game. Perhaps my purpose is to make others happy.
Did you simply reach out to me because you needed to be heard?
I needed you to know the truth.
Which is?
That I hope Shannon takes you up on your offer. For once in my life, I will be selfish.
Good for you, Lorwryn. And I do mean that, genuinely.
But just know if she doesn't.
Yes?
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
I didn't make this deal. Well, I made the deal, I didn't suggest it. She chose. If there's anyone to unleash your fury at, unleash it at her. I didn't do anything other than give her what she wanted. That's all I ever do.
We both know now that you are lying.
I will admit that was a bit of a stretch for me.
We both know what I'm capable of.
I do. And therefore I think it is good for both of our sakes that you do whatever is necessary to make sure that Kalista's sister says yes. And make sure no one else violates any terms of our contract. It would be a true shame if Saren and Kalista were to arrive and only for the deal to be off. So let's make sure that doesn't happen.
Would you wage war on this planet just for that? Just for 2 souls?
War on the planet? No! Against you all, should you break a contract with me, yes. But after that, I'll go back to fucking and drinking and having a grand old time. But that's if that should happen.
Should her soul be taken, you better hope that your dad can protect you from me.
I hear you. Let's make sure it doesn't come to that. Vasami, Kalista, and her delicious, innocent sister. And then, I'm gone.
I will be there too.
Not the deal.
Just to help.
Not the deal. Be careful. And you feel the connection severed. And what do we see on Lorwryn's face as she sits alone in this moment?
She's crying softly because she knows very well the connection that Kalista and Shin have. And she very well knows her history in terms of romantic lovers and the ways that she is truthfully with Glazia always been the conduit to other people's happiness and hope. While the scars on Kalista's back will eventually heal, the ones hidden under her cloak and her garments never will. those are lifetimes of pain. The kind that the others will never understand because they've never even been through that. Maybe Zhou. She'll throw the cat o' nine tails across the room and get up and wipe the tears from her eyes and things like that. Try to compose herself before she goes back outside so people can't see what she just went through.
You look in the mirror, clean yourself up, and you walk through this common room where we know that it is loud and active, but I don't think Lorwryn really hears much of it, processes much of it, just walks through the chaos. When you would walk outside, because you were in there for, a couple minutes, you would see the group of 5 outside. I also think you would see that Zhou and Kalista are standing right next to each other. I think, with your passive perception, you notice on Zhao's hand the matching ring to that of Kalista's set.
Yeah, she would have noticed that. And she won't let on that she sees it. She's going to be stoic because she's trying to shake off the nerves of what, yet again, possibly losing somebody that she cares about before we head off.
If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review, a comment, and share with your friends. Want to support the podcast and get some behind-the-scenes content and some extra goodies? Check out Go Buff Yourself on Patreon. Lords of Sin is Cory J. Phillips as Zhou, Danielle Phillips as Valkerie, TheMalloMan as Lorwryn, Aaron as Kaldian, Matty as Kalista, Mav as Korrin, and Ethan as all the other stuff. Sound design and editing also by Ethan.